Want to transform your artwork in a single summer? You're invited to the Summer Art Marathon. Let's go! Hey friends and foes, welcome to Brushwork Podcast. My name is Stephanie Scott, and today we're talking about the Summer Art Marathon. This event is going to be a summer-long art challenge for you, listener of Brushwork, plus all your friends. This event is a long-term daily art practice that we will do together in a community of Brushwork listeners and art friends from over the internet. It's going to be fun, it's going to be intense, and it's going to create really great daily creative practices for you and your craft. I hope you join me in this. Let me tell you all about it. This summer, we will do 30, 61, or 92 days of art making in a row. Okay, I know, that sounds like a lot, but a marathon is a unique opportunity to really hone your artistic skills and get something amazing out into the world. You have all these ideas, they've been stuck in your head, they're not going anywhere, and you haven't really dedicated the time to make art. Summer is the perfect time for experimenting. Summer is the perfect time for learning a new kind of material, for learning a new art program online, a new digital way of rendering things. It is perfect for crafters, it's perfect for artists. You have the extra sunlight, you have the extra daylight, and why not train your creative self in a way that other art projects might not let you? This is a really intense art challenge. It's all summer long if you choose the hard mode, and I am so excited to hone my skills. And don't you want that too? Don't you want to improve your craft? Keep listening because I am dying to help you make your dreams a reality. Is that dramatic? I'm just so excited, okay? The Summer Art Marathon is hosted on Discord and begins on June 1st. The basic system of the marathon is to make a new piece of art every single day for however many days you've set out to commit to. That might mean making a new painting, a collage, knitting or crocheting an object, making a cross stitch or a digital recording of something. It might be poetry, it might be music, it might be 3D modeling. Whatever your project is, whatever you really want to learn about, this challenge can be adapted to you. First, you're going to choose one of 3 difficulties. One is easy. It's going to be 1 month of the project. You can do this during any of the 3 months of summer, June, July, or August. You're committing to 30 days of practice, 31 on the latter 2 months, and you have a short-term project that lasts 30 days in a row and is developed in a short amount of time. Medium is 61 days. This is 2 months. This is June and July or July and August. And you choose to commit to 61 days of creating. Hard mode is all summer long. It's 92 days, June, July, and August, and that's the one I'm going to be doing. A full project all summer long. You are going to get so good at your chosen project, like it's going to be mind-blowing. I have done projects like this in the past, and the transformative work that happens when you dedicate some of your time every single day to a practice is you're going to be a different kind of artist. You're going to be on a different skill level than you were when you start thinking about it right now. If you've ever wanted to get really good at designing quilts, if you've ever wanted to get really good at perfecting your life drawing skills, if you've ever wanted to learn a new digital art program like Procreate, keep listening. This could be a challenge for you. So after you've chosen if you're going to do easy, medium, or hard, you're now going to choose your project. What specifically are you going to work on that's going to allow yourself to open up in your creativity, to amp up your skills, and learn new techniques? When considering a project for SAM, the Summer Art Marathon, think about something that's going to take you a whole month to do, take you a whole 2 months, a whole summer to do. Think of a project grand enough to take up your time and take up your thoughts. You don't want to have a project that is too small that you get tired of it after the honeymoon period, which usually is about a week and a half or 2. Think about skills you want to develop, stories you might want to tell through your artwork, and what you might want to do with the project once it's done. Like, do you want to make botanical illustrations? Could you make a bunch of postcards at the end of this with all of the botanical illustrations that you made? Think about the future and what will happen once you've accomplished. This is a trick I use for visualizing my goals at the beginning of a year when I'm trying to, get healthier or make more art or, one of those things. Visualizing is so good. What would you do with your project once it's complete at the end of 30, 61, or 92 days? When you sign up for this summer art marathon, you're going to fill out a very short form. This form is going to have a couple different questions that you're going to ask that's going to help you define what you want to make. First off, you're going to give your project a title. It doesn't have to be a super sexy title. It can be very simple and direct. Sticking with the botanical illustrations, maybe you want to make 92 botanical illustrations. Next is you're going to write down your goals and describe the project. If I want to make 92 botanical illustrations, what do I really want to learn while I'm doing those? I think if I was doing this project, I would be like, I want to get more specificity in my drawing skills, especially with scientifically drawn florals. Having that niched down and having your goal and what you really want out of the project written down somewhere, it's key for having a good time this summer. Next, you're going to describe what materials you'll need for your project. For botanical illustrations, you'll probably need your graphite, watercolor, color pencils, sketchbook paper, things like that. After this, you're going to answer what you're going to make each day. Be really specific. You can say you want to work on 92 botanical illustrations, but be more specific on how you're going to do it. For the first month of the challenge, I would do monochrome graphite drawings of botanics. I would keep it really simple, black and white only. The second month, I would do color pencil work, where I might be working over the sketches I had done in the past. The third month, the final month, I would do watercolor illustrations, building upon the skills I learned the first 2 months. After this, you're going to declare if you're going to do easy, medium, or hard. For this one, it would be hard. All summer long, lots of botanicals. Very fun. And then at the very end of this form, you're going to fill out a social link. That way, if someone likes what you're making, they can follow you. They can sign up for your mailing list. It's a way to interact and communicate. Here's a couple more examples that you might do for the summer art marathon. Maybe you want to do a comic, and maybe it's a sci-fi comic. So let's say you're going to do a 45-page sci-fi comic. Your descriptions and goals for this project would be that you have a story outlined, but not at all illustrated. You might have, in this section, you might describe what kind of characters. You're like, I have character X, Y, and Z, and they go through problems A and problem B, and kind of give a synopsis of the story and why you're working on this one. This summer, you would want to work on outlining your pages. Maybe you are sketching them out on a digital platform. Maybe you are hand sketching them out in your sketchbook. Whatever it is, this is the kind of details you would write down. You would say each day you're going to outline at least one page of the comic, and then once those are done, you might go back and ink them later, or color them, or get better editing done. Things like that. You would describe more in detail for how you're going to make this comic book that you've thought about. Now let's say you're a textile artist and you have ambitions to make a granny square blanket. I feel like this project would be perfect for people who knit, who crochet, who do any sort of thing with hooks and yarns. Think about this project this way. Maybe you want to make a blanket in time for fall, and that would be in your description. So you're going to make a granny square a day, every single day, until you have 92 of them. Maybe more, depending on the size you need. You would have to do the math for that. But at the end of the summer, you would have a blanket that's ready to be stitched up. How cool would that be? Just like that dedicated time each day to make art and to have a community around you being like, I like that square, I like those colors, I like that comic book page, I like this piece of artwork. Should I tell you what I'm doing for my project? I'm really excited for my marathon project, and this one is going to be a little bit more challenging for me since I haven't done this exercise in quite some time. It's been about 4 or 5 years, and I'm excited to see what it'll bring me. So I would really love to make 92 transcriptions. You've heard about this exercise when I was talking about 5 exercises to make your paintings better real quick, which I will have linked in the show notes. These are small scale paintings. They're about like this big, like a postcard, and they are small copies of master painters. They're usually 4 by 6 inches or smaller, depending on the aspect ratio of the painting I'm copying. And I'm not trying to get details. I'm trying to get like really broad strokes, get the colors right, get the composition down, and I'm trying to upgrade my compositional skills. I'm trying to get better at color copying what I'm seeing. I'm trying to get better at getting flow and temperature into my paintings. And, I make abstract stuff, but I want to do this for realism things. I want to do this for landscapes, for portraits, for waterscapes, all sorts of things. And I'm so excited. You can hear it in my voice, right? I can't wait to do this marathon. It's going to be stoked. So this is, for me, I'm going to try this in gouache and watercolor. I'm going to be doing some traveling this summer, so I'm planning around that already when I'm thinking about this marathon. I'm going to do one painting a day, and I'm going to give myself an hour a day to work on it. No more, and hopefully no less. If I can get it done sooner than an hour, that's fine, but I'm gonna try and devote that much time every single day. The rules of the Summer Art Marathon are thus. Make something every day for the duration of your project. If you choose easy, that is 30 days of that project. If you choose medium, 61. And if you choose hard, that is 92. That is all summer long of fun art making. One of the most important things about the marathon is the community that happens. And this marathon will be held on Discord at the Arts and Crafts table to really encourage community participation and get y'all talking to each other and get some fun advice happening. You need to be posting a picture of what you make every single day, complete or not. It can be a work in progress. It can be a full painting. It can be a couple sketches. It can be a little doodle because you ran out of time for the day. Whatever it is, take a picture and upload it. Don't worry, you won't be critiqued on what you make unless you specifically ask for it in the group. If you'd rather post to Instagram or you don't want to post pictures at all, that's fine too, but you will be missing out on a core community aspect of the Summer Art Marathon. The next rule is that after you post your picture of what you've made that day, go around and comment on someone else's piece. Make it a nice comment, tell them about what you like, see if you can answer a question about what they've asked for. Things like that. It's very fun, and I think it's going to make a great community. The next rule is very, very important. Okay, are you listening? Are you paying attention? You don't get any days off. Okay, I know that sounds intense, and you're just like, but Stephanie, life happens. And life does happen. However, try not to miss a single day. But if you do happen to miss a day, don't try to make it up. Let's say I, Stevie, complete days 1 through 4 of easy mode. And then I get through days 5 through 8, and I don't do any painting at all days 5 through 8. On day 9, I'm not going to try and make up for days 5 through 8. I'm just going to restart my marathon on day 9. Just be like, day 9, this is what I made. The past is ashes. Everything in the past is void. And we are not going to try and make up for work that we couldn't do. This is a project. It's for fun. It's for summer. Do your best not to miss a day, but if you must, then you must. The next rule is that you cannot go down in difficulty, but you can go up. So say you signed up for hard and you're like, I don't know if I want to finish this because it's hard and it takes a lot of time and I don't want to give any attention to my art and blah, 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 blah. So I just want to do easy. No. If you commit to hard, do it. Really commit to it. Be like, I'm going to do this project. It's a marathon and I'm going to take the encouragement from my fellow marathonies and really go for it. On the flip side, if you've got ambition and you're like, I did easy, but now I want to try medium, just keep going. Sign up for another month. You can add time onto it, but don't detract time. The last rule of the marathon is that if you want to change what your project is, you have 2 days to do it at the start of your project. Day 1 happens, day 2 happens, and you're like, ooh, I need to change a couple things. You can change it then. But once we hit day 3, you're committed. Stick to that project. Stick to making a botanical illustration every day. Stick to outlining your comic every day. Stick to making a granny square every single day and really commit to it. Even when it's uncomfortable, even when you're like in the mud of it and you're like, where is the gold I'm looking for? This isn't working. Something needs to change. Stick with it. When you push through the difficult times, that's when the joy happens. That's when the greatness happens. And I think you're going to be happy with the results at the end of the marathon. All right, those are the rules. But now I have a couple of tips for a really great marathon. Number 1 is try not to miss one day in a row. If you miss a day, you're like, oh, snap, I couldn't get to it yesterday. Don't make it 2 days missed. Just having that mindset where you don't miss 2 days in a row is great for any habit building, but for the marathon specifically, this is going to be really important. My next tip is try to choose a project that can be completed within an hour every single day. Having something that takes more than an hour to do each day is going to significantly decrease your ability and want to move it forward for 30, 61, or 92 days in a row. You understand where it's like, okay, we have a lot of enthusiasm. We go and we do the thing for an hour. Then the next day we're like, yeah, I can't wait. But day 5, you're going to be tired. Try to do things that are within an hour. My next tip is invite a friend. I would love to meet your friends. I want to meet your friends. I want to do art with them. They should do art with us. If they have a project they've been thinking about and you've heard them talking about it, invite them to the Summer Art Marathon. Invite them to make with you, to craft with you. Having a buddy, especially someone to keep you accountable, is so great for getting your goals accomplished. The next thing that you should do is write down your goal somewhere you can see it. I've got my studio up here. I'm going to put my goal, 92 transcriptions, up on the wall somewhere. That way I can see it. And maybe I'll even make some little check boxes to see my progress. Because 92 is a lot and it's going to be hard to keep track. And this way you'll feel more motivated and you'll see that you'll be like, oh yeah, I chose to do this art marathon and I'm excited for what I'm going to learn. My next tip is to always post what you're working on, complete or not. If you are working on your botanical illustration and you barely got an outline done before you were like, I'm out of time for the day, post that. If it's bad, post it. If you think, oh, I messed up totally, post about it. I feel like artists really relate to other people's failures. And when you see someone not doing great, it teaches you how to, one, uplift them, but two, not to take things so hard yourself. Let the failures, let the rejections happen, and keep going. My next tip is to make sure you get your materials ready before June 1st, right? Before the marathon starts, make sure you have everything you need to successfully complete this challenge. For example, I need to find 92 paintings to copy. I have started getting a folder of them on my computer. I've got 6 of them right now. I need to find 92 of them. I'm going to try and get 45 now, and then halfway through I'll choose 45 more, or I guess 47 more. But getting all the reference images you need, getting all the notes you need, sometimes that's part of the creative process, but sometimes just having, okay, do I have the color pencils I need? Or do I need to go buy a new blue, right? Like, make sure you have all your materials so you're equipped to do it without any friction of, oh no, where is my stuff? A side note on this is I would make sure that your creative space is ready to go. Today is May 7th. If you want to do some remodeling of your studio or some cleaning or stuff, do that soon before it starts. That way, things are nice, it's inviting, it feels good to go and work and go make some artwork. I've got 2 more tips for you. One is schedule time in your calendar every single day to do the marathon. An hour a day, every day. Make it work within your work schedule, within picking up the kids, within whatever life things are happening around you. And see if you can give yourself a little bit of flexible room around the hour or so that you're scheduling out your art time. Make it that time holy. When you make that time holy, when you don't plan things on top of it, if you're like, oh, I need to go get my hair cut or whatever, don't plan it during your art making time. Like, move the haircut around the art making time. I think it'll be a lot more fun, and I think it'll be extremely good and that you'll like it. My last thing is turn on notifications on the Discord for the Summer Art Marathon channels. This way you'll get notified when people are posting their work, and you'll be able to get reminders that, oh yeah, I need to do my drawing or my painting or my granny square for the day. It's gonna be good. I think you're gonna like it. Now, lastly, this challenge is for fun, right? And there is no failing. Let's say you signed up for easy and you got 20 days of art making done, but you got 10 days of art making where you forgot or the day went by and you just didn't make anything. You didn't fail those 10 days. In fact, you achieved 20 days of art making, which is a huge deal. If you hadn't signed up for the marathon, you might not have done any of those at all. And that's a big deal. That's exciting, and that's something to be congratulated for. I'm really proud of you for signing up for the marathon, and I'm excited to make art with you. Let me show you how to use the Discord now. Welcome to the Arts and Crafts table. This is my Discord that I use for Brushwork Podcast, for my Twitch streams, and for connecting with other artists and creatives. I have a couple of rules that you have to agree to before you can truly enter the Discord, and then I'll show you around. So first we have keeping things PG-13, keeping it wholesome. Nudity is a really common theme in artwork, and so if you have something like that, you can post it, but you'll have to put a little spoiler warning on it so people can click on it and say, all right, that sounds good, I want to see this. Pretty simple. I'll show you how to do it if you don't know how. We have a couple rules about racism, sexism, and homophobia that will not be tolerated, so if you do any of those things, you will be permanently kicked out of the project and also the Discord. Be cool, be generous, and be nice to people. Yeah? Easy. We have some information here if you want to send me something for some reason. Here's my P.O. box. And when you go all the way down here, you'll see this little check box here. You check this. This says, yes, I've read the rules and I agree to them. And then you'll be entered into the rest of the channel. You'll go over to your walls. The roles here say what kind of pronouns you like to use, where you're from, and if you are an artist, a crafter, or a streamer. If you're one of those things, go ahead and click them. After that, you can look at the other channels here. We have some text channels. This is for the general, for sharing cool things, for the pets, for art, for tea time, whatever, rants. If you're upset, you can write there. But this right here, the Summer Art Marathon, is where it's at. Let's click on it. First, we have our rules. Here in the rules, it has everything that I've just told you about here on the podcast about how to do a successful art marathon. We have everything, making everything every day, about the difficulty, everything's written down here. So if you get lost or confused, you can just reference back to this. Up here, you'll have this reaction. If you want to sign up for the marathon, you click easy, medium, or hard, and it's arranged by yellow sun, orange sun, and red sun. And this way you'll get a special tag on your username that shows other people which one you've decided to do. It's a little bit extra accountability. After that, you're going to go up to your sign up page. Here, you're going to copy and paste this little section right here of the project title, your description and goals, the materials, what you'll make each day, what you've chosen, easy, medium, or hard, and your social link. This one is mine. I've written it all out, just like I described it to you earlier. After that, you can go and chat here. This is where you can talk about ideas, or if you're like, I don't know what to do, I've written out some ideas here. You can chat with other artists. This is your general chat for the project. This here is the daily log. Every day, you're going to write down what it is you made, just a short little description, plus post your picture. Once you've done that, your day's over, you've logged, you can comment on someone else's work if it's up there, and that's that. I think it's going to be a really fun time. I hope I get to see you for this Summer Art Marathon this year. Depending on how successful the Art Marathon is, I will be running this year after year. So if you're seeing this and summer has already happened in 2024, worry not, it'll probably come back in 2025. You can join the server now and get reminders for it when it happens. I am thrilled to be doing this art project with you. I'm thrilled to be diving into transcriptions in my project, and I'm excited to hear about what your projects are and to help you see them through. I hope you liked this episode of Brushwork today. I hope you decide to join the project. A link to the Discord will be in the description, and I'll see you later. Have a great day, make good choices everyone, and peace out Girl Scouts. I'll see you next time. Goodbye!